America, this is TV's Dave Galvin once again with Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin, the only podcast that I'm aware of with a travel theme and 10 minutes or less. So today, I'm still sick, I'm still not feeling well, I'm still needing a nap. The topic today is going to be why travel prices change hour to hour. Yeah, it's annoying. Have you ever checked a flight, you see a great price, and then you wait a couple hours for whatever reason, and suddenly it went up in price? Not next week, not tomorrow, just 2 hours later, and now you're staring at the screen thinking, do they see me looking? Because it feels personal. Like the airline noticed you were interested and quietly raised the price just for you. But here's the truth. Travel pricing isn't targeting you. It's reacting to everyone. And the reason prices change hour to hour is because of modern travel pricing behaves less like retail, more like the stock market. So let's start with the biggest misunderstanding. There is no single price for a seat on an airplane. On an airplane, every seat belongs to a different invisible category called a fare bucket. Imagine 180 seats, but instead of one price, there might be 15 to 25 different prices sitting on that plane at the same time. Row 18 might have paid $220. Row 19 may have paid $410. Row 20 could have paid almost $1,000. Same seat, same snack, same landing, different moment in time. When one bucket sells out, the next price instantly activates. No human changes it. No manager approves it. The computer simply moves to the next available tier. So when you see a jump in price, nothing really went up. Just the cheaper set of tickets just disappeared. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Airlines don't actually sell seats. They sell predictions. Every route has a demand curve. Business travelers, families, cruise passengers, last-minute emergencies, and each group books at completely different times. So the system constantly asks one question: how likely is this flight going to fill? Every booking, every search, every cancellation feeds that prediction, meaning the price you see is not based on today. It's based on what the system thinks tomorrow is going to look like. And yes, searches do matter, but not the way people think. Airlines aren't stalking individuals. They're measuring surges. If 3,000 people suddenly search the same route in one afternoon, the system is going to assume that the demand will be rising. Rising demand equals lower risk of empty seats. Lower risk equals higher prices. Not because you looked, but because a lot of people looked at once. This happens constantly after conferences get announced, school schedules are released, cruise itineraries open up, major events go on sale. Prices react before seats sell because the system is predicting that they will. Now, here's the weirdest factor: time of day. Prices often change overnight, early morning, or mid-afternoon, not randomly, but when the system reevaluates probability models. Think of it like weather forecasting. Every few hours, the forecast updates with new data. Travel pricing does the same thing. A red-eye flight suddenly books heavily overnight. Morning prices adjust. A connection route cancels passengers onto your flight. Inventory shrinks. Price rises instantly. Another airline discounts the same route. Price drops within minutes to compete. You're watching algorithms negotiate with each other in real time. There's also something called married segment logic. This is where travel pricing gets almost philosophical. Sometimes a long trip is cheaper than a shorter one. For example, you would start in city A, go to city B, that costs $500. Or you go to city A, city B, connecting to city C, that costs $320. Same seat, longer distance, lower price. Why? Because airlines are pricing the markets, not the miles. They care about competition between cities, not distance flown. So the price isn't based on what the trip costs. It's based on what people are willing to pay in that specific market. And then we reach the biggest shock to travelers. Waiting is rarely going to lower the price once the demand begins. People imagine airfare like clearance racks, but airfare behaves more like concert tickets. Early equals structured pricing, middle is more stable, late is scarcity pricing. The last seats are expensive not because airlines are greedy, but because only urgent travelers remain and urgent travelers are willing to pay more. So now let's bring this together. Prices change hour to hour because the system constantly absorbs new information. Bookings, cancellations, surges spike, competitor changes, connection disruptions, seasonal patterns, event announcements, even weather. Thousands of tiny signals are reshaping probability. You're not watching a product price, you're watching a prediction price. And that's why two people can sit side by side and pay wildly different amounts. One booked during uncertainty, one booked during a conference. The seat didn't change, the forecast did. So the next time you see a price jump after lunch, it didn't jump just to punish you. It moved because the future, according to the math, just became more certain. And travel pricing always rewards uncertainty and punishes hesitation, which means the real skill in booking travel is not finding the lowest number ever shown. It's recognizing when the market has made up its mind. Because once it has, the price rarely argues back. And that's it for this week. For Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin, please join us at timeforyourvacation.com, where we're going to be able to book you on wherever it is you want to go. Because your vacation is about you, nothing else. We'll see you next week.